So hopefully you can hear me. I could probably monitor this audio so I know that you can hear me, but I have not done that. So today I'm not really sure what to talk about. I've had a weird day. It's one of those days where you just you feel like you can't do anything productive. I guess I'm just gonna go get some gas and grab some snacks, and maybe I'll grab something to eat. I don't know. But yeah, I just I don't know what to do today. I always feel a little bit bad whenever it's nice outside. It's like it got up to like 64 today, but I didn't ride my motorcycle. And for some reason, when I don't ride when it's nice, especially when it's been cold, I feel like there's like a missed opportunity, which is silly because there's going to be other days to ride. I mean, probably not for a while. I mean, I didn't think this day was going to come back around, in the 60s. So I don't know. I shouldn't feel bad for not riding my motorcycle. But in addition to that, I haven't done anything productive today either. There's something about something that's been really good for me is being intentional about what I'm doing every day. So if I have something that needs to be done, like I need to edit or I need to do some little social posts or whatever, I want to be intentional about doing those. But on the other hand, if I don't have anything that I really need to do and I just want to just chill, like read a book or play video games or just sit and think or whatever, I like to be intentional about that also. And as long as I'm intentional about it, then I feel like it's fine. I think that's okay. An important thing for me is to just get out of the house sometimes. It's one of those things about freelancing or freelance life or whatever you want to call it, especially if you have a little bit of issues with structuring your time, is there's certain days where you just need to get out of the house. I spend so much time in the house, and that's great. I'm grateful for the fact that we have a house, and I have the luxury of choosing what to do with my time on certain days. That's a luxury, and I recognize that. But sometimes you just got to get out of there. If you're kind of starting to feel that paralysis, and I don't think you have to have ADHD to have a taste of what that paralysis is like, where you're just kind of sitting there and you're like, man, I should really be doing something. I'm wasting my time. I have so much time to do things today. It's beautiful out, and you just don't do anything, Like I said, if I'm being intentional about not doing anything, then that's different. But if I feel like I want to do something and then I just can't do anything, then that is where I feel the problem comes in, Dang, lady. Get right in my buttocks. You gotta be all up in my buttocks like that, lady. I'm gonna stop and get some gas. Maybe grab some snacks, a little coffee, a little energy drink, and maybe I'll pick this back up. All right. I don't know what it is, but weirdly I feel a little better. I was getting gas, and I was just kind of thinking, I don't know. I was standing there looking around. I was feeling how great it feels outside, and just watching everybody come and go while my gas tank is filling up. And I was just thinking, like, man, I am pretty lucky, There's a lot of times in my life where I've certainly been a lot worse off than I am now. There's a train going by up there. It'd be cool to show you that. What would be really cool is if I went and got my drone, because there's a spot out here where I could park. I have that little FPV drone, and I could just fly around while the train's going by, chase the train a little bit, go under the bridges, That'd be kind of a cool thing to do. But anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of times in my life where I felt stuck or trapped. And, some of it had to do with money, some of it had to do with school, some of it had to do with work, whether all at the same time or separately. There's always something that was holding me back, So I was able to kind of flip a switch there, just back there, filling my gas tank up, because I don't have those problems now, I don't have to go punch in anywhere. I don't have to go to school. I mean, I never had to go, of course. You don't have to do anything. Everything is your choice, but I felt the obligation to go to school because of the money aspect and, the fact that I was paying to do it. I felt the obligation to go and work, of course, punching in somewhere. I feel like I'm not really making a lot of sense today, which is fine. I'm just going to take a little detour here. I'm not really going anywhere right now. I'm just kind of driving just to drive. I don't want to make this a hour-long video either. I guess really what I want to say is even when you achieve some of your goals and you are doing some of the stuff that you want to do and you have free time and you don't feel a lot of obligation and whatever, sometimes you still feel like you're not doing enough. That's kind of where I'm at today. But yeah, just getting out of the house, getting a little fresh air, feeling the breeze, and then just kind of reflecting. I already feel better. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be in a position that I'm in right now. It's good to get that perspective. Man, this zen in my lip right now is I feel like it's making me slur my words a little bit. Just driving through a little town here that I didn't even know existed for a while, even though we're only not even 15 minutes away from it, 10 minutes away. But it's just a quaint little town, kind of hidden by the railroad tracks, because the railroad tracks are tall, and so they completely obscure this little town from the other side of the highway. I usually ride through here on my motorcycle, so I guess I'm just doing a little motorcycle run today, even though I should be on the motorcycle. The thing about these YouTube videos is either I have to have something to talk about or I have to be doing something notable. That's how it feels anyway. And I know that it's probably not that interesting, unless I'm doing something really cool. So, I guess I'll be doing something cool in a few days, heading out to New York City. So I think that's cool. And I'll probably be walking around a little bit. I'm not really sure what to expect out there. I know it's going to be busy, which I don't generally like. When stuff is too busy, I usually want to go find somewhere that's not as busy. But it'll be a good experience. It'll be a good place to visit. I'm trying to think if I have any friends living out there. I have some folks. I think they live on the New Jersey side, over near Hoboken. They work for a company called Roosevelt's, which is I don't even know how to describe it. They take things out of pop culture, whether it's baseball teams or Star Wars or anime or wrestling, whatever. Stuff that's popular now in pop culture, and also stuff that was popular in the 90s, I think their demographic is probably people similar to me. Specifically my age, elder millennial or whatever you want to call it. People who grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. But yeah, know a couple people that work out there. So I don't know. We're not going to be there very many days. I think we're only going to be there a total of 5 days. So I don't know if I'll get a chance to see them or hang out. Or I don't know exactly what the logistics are going to look like of getting around. I know there's cabs and subways and whatever. But we'll see how it goes. I wonder what's going to happen with this YouTube thing. because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've said this in other videos, but I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And the thing that always held me back is not knowing what to talk about or not doing something cool. Like I feel like, and also just like, I always felt like I needed them to be high production value, which I have the capability of that. But the problem is like when it becomes too much of a job, I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to do things because I'm having fun with it, And this is fun, but beyond having fun with it, it's just giving me something that I can practice doing that I've been wanting to do for a long time, like make it a practice, you know what I mean? And keep doing it because I want to do it, not because I necessarily am expecting any big results out of it, because I think the expectations will kill your progress sometimes because you are not seeing the progress quickly enough. It's not meeting your idealized expectations, So I'm just going to keep doing them. But anyway, sometimes you have days where, even when you're in a good situation, sometimes you have days where you feel like it's not enough. But, the thing is like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to feel that to some degree. There's always going to be something more I could be doing or more I could be achieving. Doesn't even matter. I mean, you could be a billionaire, and own multiple companies and do all the things you always wanted to do, and everything's available to you. And sometimes that can kind of suck too on certain days. The human psyche is very complex and, maybe a little bit fragile. That's okay. Just like in that book, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You gotta have the bad stuff. You have to. It's just that idea of contrast in life. If you don't have the contrast, then you don't know what to measure things against. Like that whole idea of there's no light without dark. Because without dark, you wouldn't know what the light is. Everything would just be the same. And one can't actually exist without the other one. So I guess we need to be grateful for both the light and the dark, Anyway, I guess I'll end it with that. Sorry if anybody's watching this and they're like, man, dude, these are boring. That's all right. That's okay. I'll throw some stuff in there that's more interesting from time to time. But right now, this is all I got. This is all I got, and I'm doing it. So that's the point. But all right, bye.